In this video, we'll show you how to replace the outer tie rod on your Ford F-150. This is located in the front of the vehicle and part of your steering system. Let's get started. Go ahead and remove our hub cover. And we can remove the lug nuts with a 21mm. If your wheel is stuck on the hub, we can put one of the lug nuts on partially. And then we'll use a hammer on the back side. I'll be using a dead blow, that way I don't damage the rim. We'll go ahead and loosen our jam nut with a 24mm wrench. We can go ahead and remove the cotter pin from the outer tie rod. I'll be using a set of side cutters for this. Bend the ears straight. And then I like to use the side cutters, grab the end of the cotter pin, and then pry it out. We can remove the nut for the outer tie rod with a 21mm. We can just thread the castle nut on just a little bit while we remove the outer tie rod. To release the outer tie rod from the knuckle, we'll go ahead and strike the knuckle right here, but be careful not to damage anything. We can go ahead and remove our castle nut. We can set our tie rod off to the side. It looks like our old tie rod was greasable and greased very heavily, so we'll have to go ahead and clean this area up. Now we can go ahead and remove the outer tie rod. I'm going to hold the inner tie rod with a 15mm wrench. We can go ahead and start turning this off. As you turn, we want to count the turns. That's 1, 2, 3, and so on. 24, 25 and a half. The amount of turns we have and the amount of turns you have to do to get the outer tie rod off might be different. When installing our outer tie rod, make sure you remember to count the number of turns just like when we removed it. One, 2, 3, and so on. 24, 25 and a half. Now I'll just bring the jam nut down to the outer tie rod. That way it's in its place. With the outer tie rod on the inner tie rod, we can go ahead and install it in the knuckle. And we can install the castle nut. Now we can go ahead and snug this up. And we'll torque this to 85 foot-pounds. We'll install the cotter pin. I'll use a set of side cutters and certainly use needle nose pliers. I'll just fold the ears of the pin around either side of the nut. Go ahead and tighten down our jam nut. And I like to center the outer tie rod. Now go ahead and give the vehicle a test drive down to your local alignment shop. We can go ahead and install our wheel. We'll go ahead and snug those down in a crisscross pattern with a 21 millimeter. We'll torque these to 150 foot-pounds in a crisscross pattern. We can reinstall our hub cover.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.